Do you remember the sea? That endless, reckless, familiar thing, built of salt and forgotten stories, buried treasure and ghost ships, skipped stones and whales' bones. A friend before you knew what a friend could be. How could you forget? That was long, long ago, a time of kings and prophets, when the sea was all that there was to know, before the fishermen locked your skin away and wrought you from man-made clay, when your hands were flippers, your nose a whiskered snout, your coat sleek and speckled gray. So long ago. Close your eyes. Breathe in. And there. See that? The light keeper has lit his flame. Follow the path he's made, burning golden, naked and unashamed. It's bright, I know, but don't look away. Far, far below, down in the bay, at the feet of our great towers, these mountainous powers where the ensnared cormorants grin, nesting with their hungry kin. Primeval water licks at the borders, boldly confronting the sand of this tamed land. The tide is coming in. Smooth and gentle now, she's rocking you back and forth like a babe. Feel the sand shift under your feet. It reminds you of a simpler time. Take your armor off. The water is safe here, and so are you. The sea welcomes you. She knows your name. She whispers it to you in the quiet moments between breaths you feel alive. Breathe out. But stop. Look down now. Your watch is a hand instead of eyes. How could you forget it, please? There's something to do, somewhere to be, someone to see. Always turning, always moving, always a race to the prize. Skin deep. Breathe in, breathe out, feel your bones, your sinew, your muscles, your heart beating, palpitating, faster now, too fast, faster than a part of you should be. And you have narrow feet molded in plaster, and they are moving one step two, gaining traction, gaining distance, carrying you forward farther, faster than you thought possible. A nose instead of a snout, it itches, hair long and dark from your crown, hands with fingers to grasp what is yours, your riches, never letting go. And you can't look back now, you've come too far to turn around, wind rushing by your protruding ears, body anchored on solid ground. Hurtling faster, stampeding ever forward in blind ecstasy, citizen and bloodlust to war. Hoofbeats and car horns, voicemails and short swords. These are your tools, these are your limbs, this is your story, your grail quest at best, the hard-earned sum of all your years of labor. From that moment you left the sea behind, from that moment you became a human, became a woman, aground, ashore, adrift, alone, you've been moving, running, careening, catapulting in great balls of caffeinated energy towards, always towards the next big break, the next love, the next song, the next drink, the next $6 burger. And God, it's been a wild ride. Or at least, that's what your social media implies. The fisherman, complacent Pygmalion, took the kids and ran off to California. You live in a 2-bedroom now, creaky door, carpeted floor, high rent, drippy faucet, fashionable jeans, living a life ripped out of a magazine. And your life is just that, pieces ripped up and glued back together, torn up and thrown out when they begin to weather. A white dress, a far-off land, a golden ring, and a child at hand. A scrapbook of everything he said you'd ever be. But it didn't turn out that way, and you can't find the key. So now you're skin deep, working all day for a place just to keep, 5 years getting a degree before you realized it wasn't to be, buried your head in the sand. Where did it all get so out of hand? The kids stopped calling and you've started drinking at night just to keep your head above the water in spite. Your therapist seems nonplussed, says it happens to all of us. But it's all of us versus all of them. Individuals blinded to the suffering of the crowds by the glow of a screen. It's obscene. A cult of personalities, subjective realities, unable to sleep. How could you forget there's a world beyond the company you keep? Breathe in, breathe out, but you just can't stop itching, always itching, finding sand behind your ears, hearing the sea in every intake as you dance to avoid their spears. She calls to you, but you can't hear her like before. Your phone's ringing, always ringing, and your king is calling you to war. You take up your jousting pole, don your skin of fast fashion, a dragon now stronger than a seal ever could be. And at your shoulders, more of the sea's children have joined you in bank lineups, beer gardens, and wedding receptions, foam coffee cups clutched in their weary hands, shaking their heads at the state of these lands. Skin deep this company we keep. And together we charge, a Trojan horse in sheep's clothing, trumpeters caterwauling, drumbeat ever rising, whales and otters and squid and lobsters and catfish and pelicans and beluga and turtles and men and women, until the sea. She happened upon us, blinking our eyes in the light, shook her head bemused at our shock. What am I to do with you? Did you forget? The box wasn't ever locked. She envelops us, holds us to her chest, and whispers our name in between breaths.